everyone, welcome back. If you are new, I am Amanda from Amanda the Biblio, and today we're going to be going over my winter hopefuls. So normally for my seasonal hopefuls, I do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 type thing. So it's 5 books, 4, 3, 2, 1, each have a category, and then I choose books that fit the category. This time I decided to do it a little bit different because I am basing it on Donna's Reading in a Winter Wonderland, and I'm so excited. This is a Jeopardy style reading challenge for the entire season of winter. It starts next month, and I'm extremely excited. I had literally just finished the book that I needed to for the fall one like a couple weeks ago, so hopefully I can finish this one a little bit sooner. But as with Jeopardy, there are different categories, and then within each category is a point thing, and then there's a prompt to fit the point, and then you choose a book that fits it, and you get those points. So the categories are book covers, book series, book titles, and winter books. So we're just going to go through each category, go through each point bracket, and then the book that I plan on reading for that. Obviously, these are subject to change for this specific challenge, but I do hope to read all of these books throughout the winter either way. For 100 points in book covers, we have snow on the cover, and for that I'm going to be reading The Enchanted Greenhouse. I got this book from Macmillan's audio influencer program. Like most of these books are from that, and I'm hoping to just kind of get through them so that I can review them and whatnot. But this is the second book in the Spell Shop series, and the first book I thoroughly enjoyed. This one follows the snake plant from the first book, and it goes over like the person that had cursed them and their continued story. That's all I will say for now. Book 3 does come out in 2026, so I do want to get this one read before that comes out, which is why it's on my winter hopefuls. For 200 points, we have a cover that gives you chills. For this one, I'm going with White Line Fever, which is another Macmillan Audio Influencers book. This one is a horror thriller that follows 4 characters that are going for a drive down a 15-mile highway that is called Devil's Driveway. I can just already tell that this book is gonna like scare me deep into my little soul. I am not the biggest fan of riding in a car or driving. I don't drive though, so riding in a car, not a huge fan of it. I do it, but it's not my favorite pastime. So this one's probably gonna get to me. For 300 points, we have Fire or Candles on the cover. And for this, I'm going to be reading King of Ashes. So this one is a thriller that follows a family that runs a crematorium. And I've heard really good things about this author, so I'm really looking forward to this one as well. This, again, was another book that I got from the Macmillan Audio Influencers program. For 400 points, we have A House or a Cabin on the cover. For this one, I'm going to be reading You Did Nothing Wrong. This one I got as an arc on NetGalley. It was one of the Read Now arcs. C.G. Drews is an author that I have absolutely loved. As of filming this, I have 25 minutes left of Hazelthorn, and all I want to do right now is not film this, and I want to finish that book, but I need to get this filmed while the baby's sleeping, so here we are. Especially because I want this up tomorrow. So, but honestly, I don't know what that's about. I believe it's their first adult book, but don't quote me on that. So that was the last category for book covers. Now we're into book series. And for 100 points, we have a duology, and I will be finishing off the Charlatan, I believe that's what it is, but the Charlatan duology, which is Book of Night, and I have Thief of Night. This is another Macmillan Audio Influencers book, but I did not love the first book. I enjoyed it enough. I'm not hating the fact that I'm going to be continuing the series, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't really remember much about it. I have this as an arc, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to finish this duology, and hopefully I end up enjoying it. In the 200 spot, we have Trilogy. And for this one, I will be finishing off the Children in Bone series with Children of Anguish and Anarchy. This one I did get from that program as well. I don't remember too much about the first 2 books, so I'm going to be going into this one not really remembering a lot. Hopefully it all comes back to me, but if it doesn't, then I'll reread the first 2. But I do want to finish this series off because I do remember really enjoying the first book. And then when the second and third came out, I don't remember hearing much about them, so I'm intrigued to finish them. For 300 points, we have to read the last book in a series. For this one, I'm going to be reading What Stalks the Deep, which I did get from the Macmillan Audio Influencers program, but I'm going to be talking about the series a little bit more later because I have not read the first two books. But I am planning to read the first book for a later prompt. So we'll get into it then, because this is the third book in the Sworn Soldier series, but we will come back to that series in a bit. And for 400 points, which is the last prompt for this category, we have to continue a series that you've been neglecting. And for this one, I'm going to read Go Luck Yourself, because I've been wanting to read this since before it came out, since I finished and The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've been wanting to pick this book up and I just never got to it, so now is the time I'm going to read it. This one follows the Prince of Christmas and the Prince of St. Patrick's Day. Super excited. So the next category is book titles. For 100 points, we have a title that has heart or love in it. For this one, I'm going to be reading She Loves to Cook and She Loves to Eat. This I heard about from Chelsea over on Chelsea Zhao. I will have her channel linked down below so you can go check her out. She talks about this series often enough that it stuck out in my mind, and I do really want to read it. I believe it's a sapphic romance between someone who really likes to cook to like unwind at the end of the day and her neighbor who loves to eat. The name makes sense, doesn't it? For 200 points, we have a title that includes light, glow, or fire. And for this one, I will be reading With the Fire on High. I have owned this book for so long now. I believe right when Bookshop was starting to like really gain its fame, I suppose you could say, I ended up getting this book. So yeah, I think it was about right when it came out, which was in 2019. So yeah, this is about a teenager who ends up getting pregnant her freshman year of high school, and she's trying to balance doing what's right for her daughter, but also her dreams of being a chef. And I have really enjoyed this author previously, so I'm really looking forward to getting to this one and finally getting it off my shelves. For 300 points, we have a title that has night, star, or moon in it. And for this one, I'm going to be reading Wish Upon a K-Star, which is a spin-off to Once Upon a K-Prom. This author is on my 25 for 2025, so I really want to get this one read before the end of the year. I chose some authors that I would like to try to read works from, and then some series that I want to start, and this was from one of the authors that I wanted to start reading. This is a romance between a K-pop idol and a upcoming K-drama actress. So I'm really interested in that. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Though, if you have read these two books, let me know if I should read Once Upon a K-Prom first, or if I am fine just going into this one without any knowledge. And for 400 points, we have a title with a color that you associate with winter, and I'm realizing now, even though I've typed this out 700 times, I realize now that I chose just a book that reminds me of winter, or with a title that reminds me of winter. So this book is not going to count, so I'm going to have to find a new one. I will pop it up on the screen to show which book I chose. I'm going to hope to choose a manga for this because I need something a little shorter besides just She Loves to Cook and She Loves to Eat. So the final category is winter books. And for the 100 spot, we have a comfort book you'd recommend as a gift. So this is a tentative pick because I don't know if this is one that I'll end up wanting to recommend, but I'm going to go with Murder by Cheesecake for now. All I know, Golden Girls murder mystery, like, sign me up right now. Give it to me. I actually do have it out from the library, so that one will be read in December. But that's a spoiler for my December TBR that is not planned yet, so moving on. So for 200, we have a book that feels like a warm blanket and a mug of cocoa, which I did make a mug of cocoa for this video, so here's that. Now for this one, it's another tentative one. It'll depend on how cozy this book actually feels, but based on the description, it's going to be cozy. For that one, it's With Stars in Her Eyes. This is a sapphic romance about a famous cellist, is that she plays the cello, I think. But she ended up having a really bad migraine during this like huge performance that she had, which ended up sending her into hiding, and she's hiding as a bookseller at her best friend's bookstore. And while she's there, she ends up meeting the tattoo artist who lives across the street, or in the building next door, one of the two, nearby. But she's a tattoo artist. It's sapphic. I'm so excited. This is also a Macmillan Audio Influencers book, so need to get that read. For 300 points, we have a book where survival is a key theme. This one's a guess, another tentative one, but based on the synopsis, it's going to work. For this one, it is What Moves the Dead. I am super excited for this. It is the first book in the Sworn Soldier series, like I had said earlier. It's a horror novella, and I think it's focused on like plants and stuff and fungi, and oh, I'm so excited. T. Kingfisher does a great job with books that just seem to work really well for me, so really looking forward to this one. And finally, for 400 points, we have a book that you want to start January with. For this one, I will be reading Through Gates of Garnet and Gold. This is the 11th book in the Wayward Children series, and I did get an arc of it from NetGalley, so super excited to get that one read. This series was one that I was really tentative about going into. I read the first couple books and I was like, these are okay. I don't love them. They're okay. But then I read I don't remember the name of it, but it's like the Sugar World. If you read the series, you know. Like, that one just sucked me in, and I've been hooked ever since. So, coincidentally, I think that was also the book that I was like, if I don't really love this one, I'm gonna DNF the rest of the series. Look at me now. The Wayward Children series follows kids that went through doors that led to other worlds, and they are worlds that changed them, and a lot of the times when they come back, they can't really kind of slot themselves back into their normal lives prior to going through the door. What ends up happening is they go to this house, and it's a school where they're supposed to learn to be normal again, but it's not what it seems. Highly recommend them if you have not read them yet. But that's it for my winter hopefuls. I really hope that you did enjoy these. Make sure to check out Donna. She will be linked down below. And in her Discord, the dungeon, that's where all of this is hosted, so make sure that you go join that as well. But I have one more video to film before I have to get back in the bedroom with the baby to make sure that she doesn't wake up. So I'm gonna go film that one really quick. Make sure to comment down below if you've read any of these, what you thought of them, what you plan on reading this winter, and like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!